Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Justin. I'm the founder and CEO of JPR Advertising. We're a back-end operations and marketing company for e-commerce businesses. We've generated well over 6 figures for the clients that we work with, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down one of the sales systems that we use and implement into our clients' businesses to allow them to not only scale to $10,000 per month fast, but also scale past that as well. I won't waste your guys' time by talking too much before I actually get into the system, but real quick, if you guys do enjoy this video, just make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment as well. And if you're already familiar with us and our work and you want to work with us, there's a form in the description of this video. You can fill that out to book a call with us. But without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys this ads and sales system. So if you're a clothing or e-commerce business owner stuck doing between $3,000 and $10,000 per month, then this video is for you. I'm going to break down our step-by-step process that we implement for our clients to help them scale to $10,000 per month fast and past $10,000 per month as well, just as fast. This is for people if you have at least 1,000 to 3,000 legit followers on social media platforms for your brand. Now this right here really varies. So for example, if you are a clothing or apparel brand and your main source of revenue is social media marketing, then that is especially for you. But say you are a skincare brand and you have other sales cycles in place, then that might not really be for you. So I mean, depending on your situation, you can ignore that bullet point right there, but it is still very important if that does apply for you with your situation. If you've had prior success with your brand, if you're doing $3,000 to $10,000 per month and you want to scale higher, if you want a streamlined sales system to help you scale, if you're ready to take action, and if you have a winning product in demand in your niche and in your market, then this video is for you. This is not for if you have an audience, it's fake. If you have a fake audience for your brand, this isn't for you. If you aren't consistent, if you aren't 100% ready to take action, if you have an ego, or if you're lazy, if any of that applies, then this system is not for you. You can go ahead and stop watching this video. Now, just to show you some results we were able to generate with this system, we have one client here that did $26,000 in a month with this system. We have another client that did $12,000 in a month. Another client that did $10,000 in a month. We have a client right here that went from doing $4,000 per month to $11,000 the month right after. We have another client up here who went from doing $1,000 per month to the month after doing $10,000. And we have another client all the way down here. And in 4 months, they only generated $2,000 in revenue. But once they implemented this system, they were able to generate $2,400 in just one day. Mind you, it took them 4 months to hit $2,000, and they did that in a day with this system. So this just goes to show the system really works, and I'm gonna go ahead and break everything down for you guys in this video. So step 1, onboarding and brand review. So onboarding, this is just where we get the clients, we get access to the client's Facebook ads manager and their Shopify. But next, we do a content audit. So we review and edit the client's current content. Then we do market research. We see what's currently working in the market for this specific product and this specific niche using our market research tools. And then we get new content based on what's currently working. And we also implement some new creative styles for us to test as well. So that's the content audit step. Next is the website audit. So we make sure that their website conversion rate is around a 1.5%. It's actually going to be really important. Now, keep in mind, later down this process, you are going to have to do another website audit, but it's good to do a website audit before you start things. And once you do your audit, you want to find the drop-off rate. If you aren't at a 1.5% conversion rate, you want to find the drop-off rate and optimize by seeing what can be added to improve conversions. So this can be adding scarcity, this can be adding more demand, or this can be implementing a no-brainer offer, which actually gets to our next point, is building a code-friendly no-brainer offer for these clients. So for your e-commerce business, we basically be building the offer for you. So whether that's buy one get one free, 50% off, even something as simple as free shipping. These are all code-friendly offers that you can implement into your e-commerce business that'll help you scale as well, as long as you add scarcity and demand on top of the offer. Then after that, we set up the email and SMS automations on the back end. And it's really important that those are set up. You're going to get a lot of people that maybe add to cart or initiate a checkout, but they don't purchase from the ads. So it's good to have email and SMS automation set up on the back end, so to make sure that the potential customer is being bombarded with emails and texts so they can actually be pushed to that purchase. So that's step one, pretty much just auditing and making sure conversion rates are in the right place, making sure content is ready, and making sure you have the right offers and automations set up as well. Now, phase two is the ad account warm up slash review past data, and I'll get more into that right now. So if you've never ran ads before, we're going to use one of our favorite market research tools, which is Foreplay, to see who your competitors are targeting and run traffic interest stacks to feed the pixel data about your target audience. So once we start running sales campaigns to a broad audience, because of the data that we feed the pixel now has a better understanding of who your target audience is. And if you ran ads in the past before, we're going to review the past data to see what worked and what didn't, why it did or didn't work, and then make the necessary adjustments. So after we get all of this out the way, then we launch the first creative test. This is 2 to 3 ad sets, and the number of ads in each ad set is dependent on the budget. Now, once we start this, it's 2 main things that we are looking for. The first, we are trying to identify 3 winning ads. And so a lot of times if you watched YouTube videos on, running Facebook ads or running TikTok ads, even Google ads as well, this is what's known as the testing phase or the testing process. So we're trying to identify 3 winners based on metrics such as your return on ad spend, your cost per acquisition, your conversion rate, your click-through rate, and your cost per click. If you're not finding winners, this is when you test new batches by playing with different offers, by raising or lowering the price, normally lowering the price, throwing in some kind of discount, or testing different creative angles and creative styles as well with the creatives that you're running. But the first thing that we are looking for is 3 winning creatives. The second thing, we would need to ensure that the website is converting at around a 1.5% conversion rate minimum to build a strong scaling foundation. If it is less than a 1% conversion rate on your website, that's not a very strong foundation for scaling. And like I said, this is where you kind of do that second website audit that I was talking about earlier. If you're not converting at this percentage, you want to find the drop-off rate in your Shopify analytics, and you want to make the necessary adjustments to make sure that you are converting at anywhere from 1 to 2% conversion rate, but you do not want to go under a 1% conversion rate, and ideally you want to be around a 1.5 to 2%. Now, once this is successful, right, your website is at a 1.5 to 2% conversion rate, and you've identified at least 3 winning ads, this is when you start the test scaling campaign using your previous winners, and this is actually what takes us into phase 3 of this entire system. So step 3 is the scaling process. So once the scaling campaign is performing with those winners that we found in the testing phase, we're going to incrementally raise budgets by 20% by the hour or by the day, depending on how aggressively you are trying to scale, if you're maintaining a good return. As long as you are maintaining a good return, you're going to continue to scale up. Now, while this is going on, right, so while the test scaling campaign is pretty much stable, and it's predictably getting you the good results that you're looking for, it's 2 things that you're going to do. You're going to, 1, make variations of the winning creatives to put back into the testing campaign. So if you do a deep dive on your previous winning creatives and understand what they all have in common and why they were winning creatives, then you should be able to make variations of those winning creatives that are very similar, but with all of those same winning elements. And if you do that and put it back into the testing campaign, it should perform. So it doesn't always guarantee, that they're going to be new winners, but most of the time they should be new winners as long as you are doing everything correctly. And on top of that, you're going to test new creative styles as well in the testing phase. Now, once the new winners are established, you're going to put them into the scaling campaign. And if a creative in the scaling campaign fatigues, you want to turn it off. Right now, this is going to take, we're really just watching and managing the data in the ad account. So for example, say you have an ad and last week, it was performing very well, say you're at a 5x return, but these past maybe 2-3 days, it's been at a maybe 1 to 2x return. you don't want to turn it off too early, because as you guys know, ads fluctuate. But say it hasn't gotten any sales in a week and a half or 2 weeks, then that's where you turn it off. So it's all about just watching the data and not being too reactive. And that applies with the testing campaign as well. With the testing campaign, when you find creatives that are fatiguing, you want to turn them off as well. So at this point, right, your scaling campaign is established, it's off the ground. You are running new ads in the testing phase, or the testing phase, you're turning off the creatives that fatigued. At this point, as long as everything is stable and you are getting a good return that's predictable, then you want to get into audience expansion. So what's audience expansion? This is when you start running interest stacks and lookalikes with your winners to expand your audience and generate extra revenue. Now, from this point, it's really just ad monitoring and optimization. We're not done with the process, but at this step in the process, you want to monitor the ads and optimize accordingly. You want to make sure that your campaigns are holding optimal scale and make certain adjustments if needed. Then you want to continue to run new creatives in the testing campaign on a weekly basis. So this is what we like to do for our clients once everything is pretty much off the ground. We are still testing new creatives very often on a weekly basis, because then we can find new winners. We can put those new winners in the scaling campaign very frequently and turn off old ones. A lot of times I see people let creatives run for too long until they fatigue and they don't know what to do. But if you're testing new creatives on a weekly basis, or maybe even on a bi-weekly basis, depending on how strong your creatives are, they should hold and you should be pretty successful. Now, that's the 3-step process, but there's actually a 4th step, and it's optional, right? With everything I went over from step 1 to step 3, you could honestly take that and scale and generate more revenue for your brand and increase your monthly recurring revenue. But step 4, even though it's optional, this is something that we like to do for some of our clients, and that's the brand awareness SOP. So once your sales ads are off the ground and established, you want to start reinvesting into account growth ads. So what you're going to do, you're going to look at your competitors' organic content and ad content strategy and replicate it with your own creative spin for your brand. After that, you're going to run engagement and traffic campaigns to your Instagram or your Facebook on your organic posts, especially the posts that got viral or got more views or more engagement than usual. Now, what we do, we use lookalikes of people who've engaged with your content in the past to intentionally hit your target audience. So if you guys didn't know, in Facebook, you can create a custom audience of people that have interacted with your brand's Facebook or Instagram account within a certain time frame in the past. And so what this step is basically doing is we're basically telling Facebook, we're saying, hey, this is a group of people that have engaged with our brand. What we want you to do is find people similar and push the ads towards those people. These aren't going to be sales ads. Well, I mean, in step 3, when you get to the audience expansion step and you run lookalikes, those will be sales ads. But for the account growth SOP, these are still going to be traffic and engagement ads. And what this is doing, it's finding people that match your target audience exactly, and these are new people as well. So instead of just running a broad campaign or broad traffic or a broad engagement campaign, even though that does work at times, we're getting a lot more intentional with it, and we're making sure that we are intentionally hitting your target audience every single time. And so what that does is, if that cold audience engages once, if they like a post, if they follow your brand page, even if they just press the CTA link on the ad, they will be funneled into the sales cycle, right? And so from this step, you're going to get a lot of new followers and a lot of new engagement on your organic content. But once they engage, they're going to be funneled into the sales cycle as well. So having this in play is not only helping your brand grow by growing your followers and just overall brand social proof, but all of these new people are going to be re-entered into the sales cycle for your brand. So that pretty much sums up one of the sales systems that we use for our clients. But before you go and execute this, there are a couple things you need to know. The first thing, how high you scale is completely reliant on how much you are putting into ad spend. So as long as you have good profit margins and you are actively reinvesting back into your marketing, then you should be able to scale pretty high, pretty fast. The second thing, make sure that you are prioritizing customer retention. As long as customer satisfaction is a priority to you and that you're making sure that people are getting their products on time with no faulties or damages done, then not only are you going to notice your returning customer rate go up, but you're also going to notice your monthly recurring revenue skyrocket as well from returning customers alone. Now, if you want me and my team to come into your e-commerce business and set up systems like this for you, so that includes handling your marketing, handling your email and SMS, handling your website optimization, and handling your offer building as well. Like I said, there's a form in the description. You can fill that out to book a call with us and we can go from there. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video and you got a lot of value from it, just make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.